All right, let's talk about something that's probably in all of our kitchens. The age-old question, butter or margarine? It seems like such a simple choice, right? But according to the source we're diving into today, that decision might be a whole lot more important than we ever thought. And right off the bat, we're hit with this. This is the central claim. And yeah, it's designed to grab your attention. It's a statement that basically calls into question about a half-century of diet advice that many of us grew up with.
Okay, so that's a huge accusation to make. How do you even begin to back that up? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down right now. Let's get into the evidence and see what the reasoning is behind this pretty shocking claim.
So first up, we're looking at the case against the very products a lot of us were told were the heart-healthy choice. And the argument starts not with what's been taken out, like saturated fat, but with what's been added in. And the very first ingredient to go under the microscope is something called plant sterols. Now, if that sounds familiar, it's because you've probably seen it advertised on the tubs of those cholesterol-lowering spreads. It's always marketed as a huge plus, but this perspective says, maybe not. So what even are plant sterols? Well, they're compounds that get put into these spreads for one specific reason, to help lower your cholesterol. And on the surface, that sounds like a fantastic idea, especially if that's something you're trying to manage. But the argument is that there's a really big hidden downside. And here it is. According to the source, while these sterols do a good job of blocking cholesterol, they don't really know when to stop. Their structure is so similar to really important vitamins, we're talking A, D, E, and K, that they can block your body from absorbing those too. And this is flagged as a huge concern for older adults who might already be struggling to get enough of those nutrients. And the critique doesn't end with margarine. It also pulls in those soft, whipped, or spreadable butter blends. You know the ones. They promise the great taste of butter, but with that super easy spreadability right out of the fridge. The argument here is that even if the word butter is right there on the front of the package, you have to look at what else is in there. To get that soft texture, they're often blended with all sorts of processed oils and other synthetic ingredients. And the claim is this stuff can irritate the lining of your gut and maybe even lead to chronic inflammation. So, after laying out all the potential problems with these modern engineered spreads, the source totally pivots. It starts to build a case for its solution, going back to more traditional, more natural fats that it claims are actually good for you. And the choice is presented as being really simple, really clear-cut. On one side, you have the synthetic spreads we just talked about. On the other side, you have two champions, grass-fed ghee and a very specific kind of vitamin-enhanced butter. Let's dig into these two a little bit. Ghee is held up for its healing power, specifically for supporting your gut. And the vitamin-enhanced butter is all about something called nutritional synergy. So, what does that actually mean in practice? Let's break it down. Now, if you're not familiar with ghee, it's basically clarified butter. The process removes all the milk solids, leaving you with pure butter fat. And this stuff is amazing. It has this rich, nutty flavor and a super high smoke point, which makes it incredible for cooking. It's been a staple in South Asian food and medicine for like thousands of years. Okay, now for the other hero product. This isn't just any old butter. We're talking about butter that has been specifically boosted with a powerful 1-2 punch of vitamins, with the goal of turning a simple food into something much more powerful. And the magic here is all about the combination of two specific vitamins, D3 and K2. Think of them like a team. Vitamin D3 is amazing at getting calcium into your bloodstream, but then vitamin K2 comes in and acts like a traffic cop, telling that calcium exactly where to go, into your bones and teeth, and, crucially, keeping it out of your arteries. And the healthy fat in the butter just helps your body absorb both of them. So, after hearing all of this, what are we supposed to do with this information? Well, this next part is all about taking these ideas and connecting them back to the real-world choices we all make every time we go grocery shopping. The source really just suggests a simple two-step reality check. First, just go to your fridge, grab whatever you're using now, and actually read the ingredient list. Then, step 2 is to just think about the arguments we've talked about here, the case for things like pure ghee or that special vitamin-fortified butter. Which brings us full circle, right back to that incredibly powerful statement from the beginning. After walking through the case against synthetic additives and for these natural fats, this is the core idea that the source wants to leave ringing in our ears. And really, it all comes down to this question. The next time you're standing there in the grocery store, looking at that wall of yellow tubs and golden sticks, what are you going to reach for? It definitely challenges you to think a little differently about what you're spreading on your toast every morning.